lolwr is launching open beta in North America end of March finally. Can Mobile Legends survive? Or do lolwr even stand a chance? Welcome to Dave Talk. This is AssassinDave.
Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit with you. Just the thrill of it. Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit with.
Alright guys, we are all excited for the NA lolwr open beta access in a few days. A lot of speculation out there are saying this is doomsday for Mobile Legends, a rip Moonton, and so on and so forth. In fact, many of my content creator friends in North America, the pro players for Mobile Legends, are seriously thinking about switching to lolwr for real. I mean, we're having a lot of discussions. I'm asking their reasons for switching to lolwr. A lot of them are saying it's because of esports and so on and so forth. But remember guys, the big boys, the people like Ghost of General, the people like Just No Limit, in Mobile Legend worlds, content creator worlds, have not actually said anything about switching. In fact, when I asked them, at least the atmosphere I'm sensing is they're gonna stay in Mobile Legends and they're not gonna switch. Because Moonton already paid a lot of content creators large sum of money for them to stay in the game and continue to make content for that game. And before you get too excited about lolwr release, the bigger news this month in the world of MOBA esports is Mobile Legends actually got acquired by Bytedance. Yes, the company who owns TikTok, okay? And I heard rumors the acquisition price itself can buy some small countries. It's actually insane. And we're not gonna speculate how much money they spend to acquire Moonton and stuff. But the only thing you need to know about this news is Moonton is not going to be worried about money or competing against lolwr in the upcoming years. The last thing they're going to worry about is funding. In fact, I have some inside information from Moonton. Mobile Legends is actually thinking about revamping, upgrading their esports brand, thinking about doing a lot of stuff for the game itself. And we're going to see a lot of big new events coming out for Mobile Legends as well. I mean, how is this bombshell going to affect lolwr NA launch? Well, let's look at both sides of the quarter, starting with Mobile Legends, okay? Already, we're finally seeing lots of movement from Mobile Legends developers into the NA esports market. Behind the scene, lots of YouTubers, including me, are now being offered a decent amount of money to host local tournaments from the developers. Moonton is willing to cover the prize money, the advertising, and even pay the host itself attractive amount of money just to do the event. And it's a community event. It's not even like official events, right? They're just gonna pay the YouTuber, hey, go ahead and host a tournament for us, and we're gonna advertise for you. You can do it through your channel, and we're gonna give you money to do it. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that, right? Obviously, you gotta prove to Moonton that you are worthy of their money. Now, if you're an NA ML fan, stay tuned because a big NA tournament is coming up, along with waves of more like ad spam when you watch YouTube or Facebook. Now, how much is the ad spam going to help the game viewer counts or player counts? I don't know, actually. I mean, we're talking about NA market, a market that really never favored mobile games, okay? Especially mobile MOBA games. Now, Mobile Legends actually has a really large market in the Central America and South America. So if you look at those countries, in fact, you look at Twitch, there are a lot of streamers who have thousands of viewers, 4-digit viewership for Mobile Legends, which is actually incredible considering like all the other mobile games on Twitch are not that successful at all, including some really big titles from Supercell as well. At the same time, like I already mentioned, Mobile Legends is buying a lot of their influencers, the big ones, to stay in the game, okay? Namely, like a Cozy Doggy, you probably heard of him, the biggest in Philippines, Just No Limit, the biggest in Indonesia, and a lot of pro esports players in the Southeast Asia region. I mean, what do you think the orgs are going to do once they know Moonton is doubling their prize money, maybe tripling their prize money, and advertising money, right? It's just going to be a really positive circle in my opinion. The org's going to invest more money into bringing more players, and into bringing more content, and those contents will attract more players, and then so on and so forth, right? More of your friends will start playing the game, more of the players will be aspired to be an esports player. It's just a really, really good looking phenomenon for Mobile Legends right now. Because this is a fight Moonton is bringing to lolwr, rightfully so, because this is Riot we're talking about. If they want to compete with the best, you gotta bring the best. And that's exactly what Moonton is doing. I was absolutely shocked to hear this, that Moonton is being acquired by Bytedance, the developer of TikTok. I mean, you all know how big TikTok is. This is literally putting another version of Tencent behind Moonton. No longer it's just this small indie company called Moonton out there in Shanghai, China somewhere. It's now Bytedance. You know, it's kind of like saying that Wild Rift is developed by Riot. And Bytedance is probably one of the most valued company in the world right now. I mean, we all know how big TikTok is. If you don't know how big TikTok is, just go ask any simp, all right? You will find how big TikTok is, all right? TikTok is huge. And now they own Moonton, they own Mobile Legends. All right, but on the other side of the coin, some of the actions Wild Rift is doing right now does get a lot of content creators. I'm not gonna say whether it includes me or not. I'm just gonna say some of the actions that we're seeing coming out of Wild Rift is getting a lot of content creators worried. From my discussion with a lot of my peers or some esports org managers that I have connection with, I mean, it's like the opposite of building confidence. And why do I say that? Just ask yourself, when was the last time you saw a Wild Rift ad on YouTube? Or any popular social platform per se, right? I think when the Wild Rift first announced that, it's gonna go live and we're gonna have this beautiful game, League of Legends on mobile, they asked Faker to do some ads, but then that was it. It's like a flash in the pan, a 9 days wonder. A written in the water, it just shows up and it disappeared. And then all we have is, news from Twitter, from some social media platforms that Wild Rift used to announce their news. And then we get some patch notes, and then we got some, new updates coming out or new develop diaries on the official Wild Rift YouTube channel. I mean, that was pretty much it. All the stuff that I have seen. I don't know, maybe you guys have seen some more. But the point is, we did not see much of an actual marketing effort to actually advertise the game. Now a lot of common response I received when I talked to some knowledgeable people or the content creators, they were telling me that, Dave, this is only open beta. And also Wild Rift officially said this is open beta for the Americas, right? It's not like official launch or anything. So I actually didn't know what the difference between open beta and official launch, so I did a little bit of research. And here's what I found. Open and closed beta. Developers may release either a closed beta, also called private beta, or an open beta, also called public beta. Closed beta versions are released to the restricted group of individuals for the users to test by invitation, while open beta testers are from a larger group or anyone interested. This is basically what we've been through with League of Legends Wild Rift. Firstly, we have alpha, and then we have closed beta in SEA region, and then we had open beta, right? That invites a lot of regions, a lot of players to jump in because developer want more data to test a lot of features out. Open beta serves the dual purpose of demonstrating a product to potential customers and testing among an extremely wide user base, likely to bring to light obscure errors that a much smaller testing team might not find. So far, it makes a lot of sense. It aligns with what Wild Rift has been doing. But what is official release, right? Once released, the software is generally known as stable release. The formal term often depends on the method of release, physical media, online media, or a web application. Now, that probably didn't mean much, so I did a little bit of research, find a lot of articles on Reddit, read a lot of them. I think the common consensus I find is open beta and a release are essentially milestone titles. Open beta games have a form of leniency when it comes to bugs because the company can just excuse themselves by saying it's still in beta. Basically, open beta and open release is the same. A lot of really popular titles that you might heard of are still actually in beta. The main issue with companies going into forever beta is that they never openly say the core game is finished. This is usually what happens whenever the company decides the next new thing that they're working on is required for their game to be complete. Additional content that isn't actually required, but the company feels the game still isn't a full game without it. This also leads companies never releasing their game. So if you think about that for a second, right? When is Riot gonna consider Wild Rift as a kind of bug acceptable type of game where we can call it a launch now, where there's actually no essential difference between that version of the game and the current version you're playing. It's just that the game developer is going to take a lot more responsibility for the game because it's officially launched. And with official launch, there comes with a lot of events that has to make it official. You know what I mean? With that being said, when is that date? You know, like, are we gonna have all the PC champions come to Wall Rift and then we're gonna launch the game, or are we gonna have every single one of the features added into Wall Rift before we're gonna start doing advertising? So how long is that period gonna last? Another 1 or 2 years, or another few months? Like, we don't know. Additionally, the international game producer for for Riot, actually came out and said, Americas is my final country to launch. What a journey before I move full-time on esports feature and development. Now, this basically tells us America launch is gonna conclude the global launch, right, for the open beta. This is another reason that we can believe this is basically like the official launch of the game for global release. It's just that the developers are not really calling it that way. And that is the scariest part. Content creators don't really know how long they will have to struggle before we actually see a surge of organic viewers or a surge of interest. Not every single channel is gonna be like Pro Guys that has this already built-in network, you know, like Pro Guys League of Legends. They could have plug in their viewers from that. You know, it's a big company. Not every single content creator is gonna be like them to have like an actual studio to make their videos. Have like an editor, have like a producer, have a scripter. Not everyone's like that. In fact, most content creators are like me, right? We're just sitting in our house, playing the game ourselves, enjoying the game, and really want to produce some cool content. But if there's no surge of organic interest, small content creators cannot really survive. I mean, Pro Guys, they get paid with actual salaries. You know, they can get contracts from Riot. They can make videos for the official company, the developers, and make a lot of money off of that, right? But us, we don't get contracted. In fact, we don't even get contacted, you know what I mean? I was just talking to some of my friends who played esports with me, who've been through a lot of other esports experiences in the past. They were telling me that after looking at the latest patch, the patch 2.2, the developer diary that just came out, it actually got them more worried, because it seems like Wall Rift is coming out with a lot of really cool features, like the Battle Pass, for example, to increase monetization options in the game, to lock in more of the really core players inside the game, to give players more engagement opportunities inside the game, which is really good, but it's not getting to the core of mobile gaming. Right? Because we all understand when we look at successful mobile games, the core element for a mobile game to succeed is the social features. Mobile game is all about socializing. You know, can I share my success with my friends? People started spending a lot of money in Mobile Legends to gift other people they never know, skins, champions, heroes. Why? Why do people gift random people stuff in the game? Because they want to be put on a leaderboard, call themselves the #1 gifter, and then share that on the internet, you know? But so far, Wall Rift is not really focused on the social features. It's more focused on how to retain the existing customers with the current feature that's coming out. So this and a lot of other elements really got some content creators worried. Now, personally, I am very, very excited for the Wall Rift NA launch, and I cannot wait to get my hands on the game for the NA region to produce contents for all of y'all beautiful people out there. What do you guys think? Right? Leave a comment down below in the comment section. Make sure to drop the like, subscribe, and turn that bell on to join the coolest, greatest, baddest family in the world of League Legends Wall Rift. With that, AssassinDave signing off. Love you guys, and I look forward to see you guys in the comment section. Bye now.
Just for the thrill of it, nothing counterfeit with you, just the thrill of it.